Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. We should be good now, man. Big time salute. So NBA Saturdays has returned. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Big time salute to everybody in the building early. I see my man Mellow Mike. I see Zach. I see J-Tab Mob. Hopefully everything is good. Hopefully the sound is right. I'm gonna check it myself. Got a lot to talk about today, man. We got some breaking news. Paul George has been caught for taking some sort of uncontrolled substance, controlled substance. I don't know what it was. Just make sure my mic is good. But breaking news. Breaking news. Yeah. I can hear it. Okay. So hopefully everything is good. If anything goes wrong with the mic, let me know. All right. But Paul George, we got news that he is going to be suspended 25 games for violating the drug policy. All right. Now, as of now, we don't know what drug it was. We also talk about this Giannis to the Warriors. Will the Warriors steal the Knicks' thunder? The Warriors are the second reported team to have been on Giannis's, request list when he started to open up outside of just wanting to go to the Knicks. What else we could talk about? We could talk about the Hornets upsetting the Spurs today. I think they had a game overseas. We'll get to that. What else? We could talk about the All-Star reserves, who you guys want to pick to be All-Stars. And my handwriting is so bad, I can't even read this other one. Oh, the Portland Trailblazers. They are into the Giannis Antetokounmpo business. Remember, they have Portland's pick. Do you think that Portland can go get Giannis and convince him to go to Portland? I don't think so, but welcome, man. Got a lot to talk about today. I'll go into research mode really quickly because I wanna talk about Paul George, man. I think Paul George is dominating the league right now from a standpoint of everyone is talking about him. So let's see. And it is interesting because, like I said, we don't know all the details, but there are some players that are standing up for Paul George. I'm gonna get to that in a second as well. But Paul George is someone who definitely is a polarizing figure. Hold on, let me just organize my. First off, why is my website like that? Hold on, I'm gonna organize this on the back. See, I got too much windows. I'm gonna close some of these windows down. But Paul George is somebody who's getting a lot of support from the players, and I'm curious to know what this policy is and can he appeal it. But I guess not. If it's a failed substance, usually in the boxing world, people would say, "Oh, I'm innocent," right? You don't really hear that in the NBA. Usually, if you're caught, dead to rights. Oh, let me see if I can get this on the screen. Let me just close this out. All right, so this is what I initially saw when I was on Hoops Hype doing my thing. I saw Paul George suspended 25 games, right, without pay for violating the terms of the anti-drug program. Over the past few years, I've discussed the importance of mental health and, of course, of recently seeking treatment for an issue of my own. I made the mistake taking the improper medication. This is what George said in a statement to ESPN Shams. I take full responsibility for my actions, and I apologize to the Sixers. So this is not an innocent thing, right? So, he has mental health issues, or mental health situations he's dealing with. I don't want to put no negative stain on it. I want to tell it the way it accurately is being depicted here, but there is no rebuttal to the ruling or to the findings. So he is taking accountability for it. He fully responsible for my actions. I apologize to the Sixers, for my teammates, and the Philly fans for my poor decision making during this process. I am focused on using this time to make sure that my mind and body are in the best condition to help this team when I return. So yeah, so that's Paul George's statement. What say you on this matter? Do you have any thoughts on Paul George? He said he had some things mentally going on, and are we to give him a pass on this? What say you? 646-995-8389. Call up, voice your opinion. Of course, as we do for all shows, the 3-minute call up rule is in effect. So if you do need to call, you can. By the way, for the big fight tonight, I won't be able to do the watch party. There's some things I got to do. And honestly, the setup that I wanted to use, I'm not going to be able to do it for the fight tonight. So, and to all those who are watching the fight, enjoy. And it's going to be a doozy. So now is the time to call up. And once again, you don't have to talk about Paul George. I just started there, but we can talk about the Blazers. We could talk about the All-Star reserves. We could talk about the Hornets upsetting the Spurs. I mean, this is the NBA Fan Saturday. So, whatever you want to talk about, we could talk about it because this is the league. If you want to talk about the Knicks, we could talk about the Knicks. Whatever you desire. And then, of course, we're going to get into the Giannis stuff in a second. Giannis, man, he's beginning to be a big-time disappointment for me. Big-time disappointment for me. I was hoping this brother would just be like, yo, man, I want to go to New York. But I got some updates on the Giannis trade as well, man. Big time salute to everybody as you come inside the building. Make sure you continue to smash that like button so we could get some more people in the building. We're on the road to 10,000 subs, and the next milestone is 3K. And we should be able to get to that 2,100 mark tonight. If you guys who are not subscribed would just subscribe. We do appreciate the support always. So definitely you could also hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. And big time salute. Big time salute to the super producer in the building, Maxine. We do appreciate you. We do love you. Got my first caller. Hey, JJ, what's going on?
Yo, what's good, brother? How's everything, man? What's poppin', man?
Everything's good, man. We got some news on a Saturday. Let's talk.
Yeah. Yo, real quick, the fight tonight. What time does it start?
I think it starts at 6 or 7.
Oh,
but I'm not
real?
sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if the main card starts then. No, I think the main guys. I think they come out like around 6, 7. No, I'm sorry. Like around 10:45.
Oh, so the main event isn't until later then, late tonight,
Yeah,
right?
but I think they got the little fights come on. I think they comes on either around 7 or 8. I'm not 100 with that.
Oh, where could you watch it? I gotta watch that.
Well, it's on the Zone pay-per-view.
Gotcha.
So if you got the Zone pay-per-view, you can check it out. Yeah, I wanted to do it live, but next time I'll make sure I have my setup right so I could, begin launching the box and stuff.
Got you. Appreciate it, man. Yeah. Oh, yo, real quick, if I could comment actually on Bridges' comments the other day, is that all right with you?
Yeah. I'm gonna restart the clock too.
So yeah, I felt like, I feel like as fans, we I feel like we get bothered when athletes are blah, they don't give answers, just the boring, typical answers.
Yeah.
So at the same time, like, we shouldn't get on them when they're actually honest and, saying, thoughtful or get on themselves. So I liked it a lot, to be honest. I liked it. I like when athletes are, speak their mind, whether you want to hear it or whether you don't. I think it's good.
Right. Nah, you're on the money with that. Yeah, because sometimes we give them hell for, keeping it real. Right. But, for not keeping it real, but when they keep it real, then, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Exactly. So, yeah, I thought it was refreshing. I really did,
Yeah.
So, called himself out saying, maybe I wasn't being the best teammate. Maybe I wasn't being as coachable as I should be. So I think that was all good to me. I thought it was a good thing.
Yeah. No, 100%. 100%. I mean, I was getting on them a little bit because in my mind, I'm like, is this what happened with Coach Tibbs?
Right.
That's where
Right,
I was
right,
going.
right.
See, you
I
know me,
feel
I'm the
that.
objective fan, so I'm going all the way
Facts.
around the
Yeah,
universe.
exactly.
But no,
Right, right.
to be fair, he looked like, well, he didn't have a great game last night, but
Right,
that
right.
other game, you know, he performed well, and if it's working, and he's going to continue to make the adjustments, that's all well.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much all I had, man. Appreciate you,
okay.
brother. Enjoy the
Okay.
fight, man. I'll holler at you.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I appreciate it.
All right, brother. Peace, man.
Big time salute. Big time salute to my man JJ in the building. Keep the calls coming. Yeah, we talking about the NBA, Paul George. We talking about the Giannis trade. Will the Knicks get robbed? Or not robbed, but will the Golden State Warriors come in and take their food as they always do? Man. Oh, we do got a super big time suit to my man AP, one of the first channel mods. Help me understand, what does the Golden State have that we don't? Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna get there too. Let me wrap. I'm gonna get there, AP. Let me just put somebody to close this Paul George arc. And like I said, you don't got to discuss the topics that I'm talking about. I'm just going through them because it's NBA Saturdays, and I'm just trying to cover all the hot topics. But really quickly, if I could find it. Oh man, hold on. 2 seconds. My bad, y'all. Yeah, next time I'm gonna have my sources loaded the way I got too many damn. All right, so you see on the show like this, I get too excited and there's like so much going on that I have this too much stuff and I forget where I put stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna get to that in a second though. AP, just give me 2 seconds. I will get there. I'm looking for. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. Let me get back to the Philly. I just want to put a close on this Philadelphia stuff. All right. Now, with the news of Paul George coming out and taking accountability, which I think is honorable, some players are standing with him. You know, Andre Drummond said, I stand with you. Julius Randle, former Knicks, said, stay strong and take care of yourself and family back in no time. So he's still getting the love and support. You know, the mental health thing, you got to take serious. And maybe the league may give him some consideration because this is not like a recreational. Well, I don't know. I have no knowledge of what drug it is, but clearly it has something to do with mental health. Clearly it has something. So maybe they might give him a little pass with that. It's not a recreational or nothing performance to, you know, cheat the game or nothing like that. At least that's not what it looks like right now. All right. But I'm going to get to my man AP talking about Golden State. Now, he asked, what does Golden State have that we don't have? A history of getting star players. Okay. They have a history of getting star players, right? And they have a history of winning a championship. Two things that we don't have in our most present time. Now, package-wise, I'm going to get to that a little bit later. But I think that's what I would say off the top. And they got Steph Curry. I love Jalen Brunson, and right now he is a better player than Steph Curry right now in 2026. But Steph Curry is still Steph Curry. He's the best point guard all time. If you want to debate me on that, I'm not going to. Well, you can do it on the show. I forgot. This is NBA Saturday. So if you want to debate me on Steph Curry being the best point guard all time, you could call up and get your 3-minute call off, and we could discuss it. But I think that lore of that matters. And then I'm going to get into some more news a little bit later. I want to save that for a little bit later, though, AP, because that's one of my main topics. But the Warriors, you know, they also have some other things that I think come into play. But I'm going to start with that, one thing the Warriors could do. And then AP also says, big time salute to you, AP, for the super chat. He says, and he better not end up on the Lakers. These guys get discounted rates for everything. Yeah, that's another concern. Here's where the Lakers come into play. I'm going to tell you where they come into play. If Giannis makes it to the offseason, I think the Lakers become more dangerous. Because don't be surprised. Now, I'm not saying Giannis is going to do this because AP, Giannis also, he hasn't proven to be this guy He's not a conniving, like, I'm not a conniving guy, but me, I am self-interested when it comes to business. So I don't give a damn about what Milwaukee wants to say about nothing. I would be like, listen, I built the championship here. I made us into a household name. So you guys owe me to trade me to New York. See, that's what I would do. You guys owe me. I gave you 12 years of my prime, and you guys reneged on your promise. So I would just be like, listen, I'm not signing with no team. So if y'all want to trade for me, it's a risk. We'll see what happens in 2027. I'm not signing with no team. That's what I would do. And then just wait so I could go to the Lakers. Or force my way to the Lakers. One of the two. But that's not how he gets down. So it's going to be a weird-ass trade. I think the Giannis trade is going to be a weird-ass trade no matter what, even if he comes to the Knicks. And so to my man AP again. AP, I appreciate the support, brother. He said that history did not start until 2015. What were they before that? But remember, AP, here's the thing. You got to understand. All these kids care about, and when I say kids, I'm talking about anybody who's Giannis' age or younger, the early 2000s, in the mid 2000s is like our 90s. So the Warriors doing what they're doing in 2015 still matters to that age range. So they are a prestigious organization according to those people. So you just never know, right? And I think that that's something to come into. They still got Steph Curry, they still got Golden State, and they're still the number 2 highest valued franchise. He joked about Euros to the big market. They're one of the biggest markets. They're not bigger than New York, but they are one of the biggest markets, and they have a cachet for getting players of this caliber. Now, I know Bob Myers is not there, the guy who's the architect of a lot of what we see, but they still got some of the same ingredients that maybe Giannis says, I'll go play with Steph, but it might not just be Steph. And I'm going to get to that package in a second, though, AP. But I hear you. It should be New York, AP. Honestly, AP, it should be New York. Like, seriously. Like, we have everything that Giannis needs. I don't see why he would not come to New York. I don't see why. Like you got Jalen Brunson. Yes, they got Steph Curry, but Jalen Brunson's younger. You got at least 2 or 3 years to win a championship here. In Golden State, I don't know if you got 2 or 3 years. That Western Conference is ever emerging with young stars and talent. The Lakers are going to do something. I'm telling you, the Lakers are going to do something. So it's either you're going to be a part of what the Lakers got going on, or you're going to get rolled over. So AP, man, I appreciate the support big time, brother. That's just the way the ball bounces, man. That's just the way the ball bounces. But if you want to call up again, 646-995-8389, call up, right? You could definitely call up. You get the 3-minute call, or you could do what AP's doing. If you donate, I definitely will give you a message of some time and credence. I also will have to go back and respond to some of the other things he said, because Golden State has some stuff that I'm going to get to in a second that really will probably put things into a better perspective. And then AP says, one Knicks championship is worth how many Lakers? No, that's fact. I'm going to keep it real. As valuable as the Lakers are, and they are big time. There's my water, right? I got my water. As valuable as the Lakers are, and they are big time, the Knicks, because we didn't win in a while, automatically bumps us up to a higher level. So yeah, I agree with that. One Knicks championship is worth, I'm going to say 5 Laker championships today, only because they win every 10 years. Their fans are so... Salute to my man, Dusty. Damn, I should have told Dusty I was live. I was talking to him about the fight. Anyway, I didn't tell him I was live. Anyway, nonetheless, because he's a Laker fan. But he is so entitled you should hear how he talks. When they first signed LeBron James, he's like, I don't want LeBron James. That's the only fan base that would say, I don't want LeBron James. Are you kidding me? But that's how spoiled these guys are. They are spoiled. If you're a Laker fan in the chat, call up. You guys are spoiled, man. And as far as our side of things, I feel like it's just going to be bigger because it's just been too long of a drought. And I had that source. Damn, let me see if I could get it really quickly. Let me see how resourceful I am. It's just too many goddamn. Every day, there's like so many sources I go through that is just, if I don't like put them in the show page, I'm not going to find it, right? I'll find it later tonight when I'm like, damn, this is where I put it. But there was another source that talked about, that speculated. I'm not sure how true this is because all we got is, you know, a lot of sources and people saying things. But there was a source that said Giannis wants to bring a championship to New York. I'm not sure how many of you guys remember I spoke about that. We spoke about that. I'm trying to find it. It's just too much stuff. It's in one of my old show pages. But he basically said that the reason why he wants to come to New York in a nutshell is because this team hasn't won a championship to 1973, and he would love to be a part of it, bringing a championship here. I thought that was very noble, if that's true. I think that was according to Ian Begley. But big time salute to AP for all of those super chats. Once again, you guys could do the same or call up, and I will, respond, and we could have a conversation about it. I really do think that AP's on the money, man. Come to New York. There's no reason to not come to New York. You think people are not going to think that you're a good person if you don't come to New York? Like, come on, bro. At the end of the day, you got to get the bag. You got to be selfish at some point. You can't just be all about the team, right? You can't be all about those things. And salute to my man AP once again, man. I appreciate you, AP. Okay, when it comes to the Lakers, no one else can have a player. That's a fact. That's a fact. Oh, and another thing too, guess what else he said? Let me tell you another thing Dusty said. I'm glad you sent that. He said, oh, man, we got Luka, but I really like Max Christie. I said, if you don't just, are you kidding me? Hold on, man. It's getting spooky out here, man. I'm like, wait a minute, dog. You said you didn't want to trade Max Christie for Luka Doncic? That's like us saying, I don't want to give up Deuce McBride for Giannis. No sane Knicks fan would say that. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it when he said it. AP, I couldn't believe it. And that's how they work. They drafted Kobe. They drafted Magic, but they got Kareem, right? They always, think about the Lakers, right? They always get like game-changing players every 10 years. Game-changing players every 10 years on the money. Every single time. Kareem. Draft Magic. James Worthy. Win 5 championships. Then you go, the early 90s is kind of, because, Magic was done. Then we draft Kobe, trade for Kobe, technically. He technically didn't draft Kobe. They traded for him. But, it was a draft pick. It wasn't like Kobe was in the league already. They traded draft pick for draft pick, whatever. Bottom line, they get Kobe in the draft, and they sign Shaq the same year. The Knicks can't even do one of those moves. We can't do one. Not one. Not one. So AP is 100% right. Lakers, they need every player. And they always get them. They always get the top players. How many times the Lakers had the best player in the league? Going back to all the way back. How far back do you want to go? So, I mean, that's just what it is, man. The Knicks, we don't do it. And look at what AP said. Traded for Kobe and gave up garbage for him. Facts, AP. God, hold up, AP. We gotta pull this up, AP. Hold on. I know. Listen, I know we kind of bouncing around right now, but AP, I appreciate the support, so I would give him the time of the day. Hold on, man. Let me tell you something. Let's pull up the trade for Kobe. Hold up. Let's go to. You know what? Let's just go to Google because I don't remember the package. Who? Hold up. What was the Kobe Bryant draft day? Let's Google it. What was the Kobe Bryant draft trade? Hold up. We got to get this on the big street. Hold up. This will blow your mind. Okay, so check this out. In 1996 NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets selected the 17-year-old high schooler Kobe Bryant with the 13th overall pick. That's crazy that he went 13th. I mean, come on, dude. 12 teams passed on this. I know Allen Iverson was there. I know it was crazy. It was a crazy draft. But 12 teams passed up on Kobe? Like, that's crazy. And then they allowed the Lakers to get him. Of all teams. So with the 13th pick, right? And immediately traded his draft rights to the Lakers in exchange for Vlade Divac. Is that it? Was it Vlade for real? Hold up, man. Hold up. We gotta... The plot thickens, man. Hold up. They traded for Vlade? Why don't I remember that? That's wild, bro. Yo, AP. That's wild. And the reason why they probably was like, yeah, buy Vlade, because they had Shaq coming. Six 646-995-8389. Yeah, we having a conversation today, man. This is wild, bro. Vlade Divac. They got Vlade Divac, bro. Like, that is crazy. Let me, okay. Yeah, I got this. I got it. I'm gonna get to a little bit of Giannis. But yeah, keep the calls coming. We could talk about the Knicks if you want. Because the Knicks are a part of the NBA. And I will be getting into some Golden State Warriors impact of the Knicks. So listen to this. So Trailblazers interested in Giannis Antetokounmpo. After reporting last week, Portland was intrigued by the possibility of facilitating a multi-team deal involving Giannis. If the team could upgrade his roster in the process, this is according to Jake Fisher and Mark Stein of the Stein Line. Now I hear that the Trailblazers have also expressed interest in acquiring a two-time MVP themselves. So all of our Mikal Bridges dreams to Portland from them picks is not happening, y'all. Unfortunately, is not happening. And so now that the Trailblazers have expressed interest in acquiring the two-time MVP himself, according to Fisher and Stein, Portland's front office recognizes Giannis is unlikely to sign a long-term extension with the Blazers, calling it an extreme long shot. The Stein Line duo reiterated that being involved as a facilitator in a multi-team deal where Portland acquires a different player or players is a far more likely scenario. Okay, so they're still open to that. And of course, this was the trade. Rival teams think acquired in the Blazers guard Drew Holiday would help their odds in acquiring his former teammate Antetokounmpo. So, and this was of course the Mikal Bridges trade was supposed to go to the Blazers. All right. But listen, I'm gonna get back with more of this and your calls after these messages.
Most basketball fans watch games and talk loud, but they're not really seeing anything. They're reacting. They're repeating what they heard. They're not analyzing. They're not breaking it down. You want to be different? 82 nights. Over 200 pages where you document what you actually see. Break down rotations, track patterns, game to game, highlight the players making moves. When you put it on paper, you start seeing what actual fans miss. Your predictions improve, your insights get sharper, your basketball understanding jumps. You stop sounding like everyone else and you start speaking from knowledge. That's what this channel is about. That's what 82 Nights is about. Link in chat. Elevate your game now.
Yeah, definitely check out the link tree so you can get your copy of the 82 Nights, the official basketball intelligence system. You could do so now, okay, by going there to expand your basketball knowledge beyond the horizon. And of course, it's on discount. And the beauty of this is you can use this for the playoffs as well. Big time salute to people in the building. So what do you guys think? You think Portland is not going to rock with us? They still say they're willing to do the deal, according to the report. But I don't know, man. Sometimes you know how somebody may be doing something, right? Getting some money, doing good in life. And, a person, was willing to help them. But when they see like, oh, man, look at how good they're doing. I need some of that action for myself. That's what happened with Portland. Let me get to some of these calls, man. 646-995-8389. Call up, voice your opinion.
Yo.
Hey, what's going on, brother? State your name, let the people know where you're calling from, family.
I'm calling from Jamaica, Queens. My name is Sumi. How you doing today, brother?
Big time salute, Sumi, man. I appreciate hearing from you. I'm doing great, man. Let's talk, man.
Let's go.
Where we going?
All right, man. Look, I'm gonna go a little bit off topic and on topic, if that's okay with you.
Okay.
If that make any sense. So
okay.
My on topic is actually that I feel like the Knicks are not gonna trade Giannis by this trade deadline. If anything, they're gonna I feel like they're gonna let this group rock out, and so they're gonna see like what this group could do for the playoffs. That being said, I feel good with this 5-game win streak, and I also want to add on that LeBron whenever he comes into the Garden, he loves that, he loves the energy. He always owns the Garden for some odd reason. I don't know why, but I hope that they win because that's a legitimate test. The Lakers are good and not good at the same time. They're kind of like the Knicks of the West. And I just want to add on before I do let you go is that, correct me if I'm wrong, but is it possible we're gonna see like a playoff cat, like how there's like a playoff Jimmy? Is there such thing as like a playoff cat? or you know what I'm trying to say? Cause
I get you.
as a Knicks fan, man, I could be a little crazy in the head for thinking that, but I'm just holding on to some hope, man. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. I hear you. I don't want to cut to your call. I'm not sure if you got more you want to say, but
you good.
So basically, I'm gonna sum it up for you. No, there's no playoff cat. We hadn't seen. No, we never seen Cat turn it up in the playoffs more than he does in the regular season. We never seen that.
Yeah.
We never seen like Cat get to another level. Maybe it starts this year, hopefully.
Yeah, man. Because I'm just holding off for some hope, Because, bro, like, if we go up, let's say for example, if we go up against the Heat, Cat is gonna have to deal with Bam,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like you know what I'm trying to say, bro? So he better turn on the Jets one way or another, either now in the playoffs, like every day, bro. I hope and I pray that like they really win the chip, Because I'm a big Knicks fan, man. Big Knick on my body, you feel me?
100%. Me too, man. We bleed orange and blue, man. You know how it go around here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. But yo, you have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. I'm gonna continue watching you.
Big time salute.
Your show. I appreciate your show and everything you do for the Knicks community. Feel me? Have a good night.
No doubt. Man. All right, man. I appreciate that. All right. My man Sumi from Queens calling up. Big time salute to him. I agree with everything he said, except the Laker take. I think we're better than the Lakers. The Lakers don't play no defense at all. Like, our defense wasn't good. Oh, hold on. Let me just stop that. Maxine got me on the clock. No, but the Lakers, they don't play no defense, Sumi. If you're listening, they're terrible. Like, our defense wasn't great. Like, we got like mid defense. I mean, the defense is better now, but like our defense was mid. Like, we would be like near 15. They're like 20 something. Like, they're bad defensively, bro. They cannot stop nobody whatsoever. But I do agree that, the Knicks haven't proven to be the best team in the East. I think we're one of the top teams in the East. I would say we're top 3 in the East without a doubt. But regular season wise, now postseason, regular season has nothing to do with that. And I'm hopeful for that. as far as favorites to win the championship or goals to win the championship, I'm not confident enough in this Knicks team that we're going to win a championship. I still think we could get to the finals, but I'm a little less confident in our ability to get to the finals. And I'm still pushing for this Giannis trade. It's the only option, you know, in terms of improving this team that I think will get us over the hump. Because I don't think, well, maybe I should preface this AP or to all everybody listening. Big time salute to AP. I should preface this statement by saying that if Giannis forces his way out, and Giannis still shows reluctance in doing that. So yeah, keep the calls coming. 646-995-8389. So how y'all feel about Portland though? Portland trying to get up in the fray. They're like, yo, we could use Giannis for ourselves. And here is the key. The reason why that Portland article is so important is because they may be willing to trade for him and let him walk, similar to what the Toronto Raptors did. Remember what Toronto did with Kawhi? They are considering doing the same exact thing. The same exact thing. Let him walk and pray that he comes to your team, right? And or stays with your team for the future. And if you lose him, hey, at least we got a chance to win the championship. Now, Portland, that's big dog energy, because I'm telling you right now, I think Portland has the best chance of getting them. Like, if Milwaukee say, screw it, I'm just going to trade you where I want you to go, I think Portland has the biggest opportunity to do that. We get this next call in. Hello, caller. State your name. Let the people know where you're calling from, brother.
Yo, Roger. Roger from Queens.
Roger from Queens, brother. Great to hear from you again, man. Talk to me, man. You on the clock. Where say you? Where you want to go?
Let's go.
Nah, I just wanted to ask a question, brother.
Go ahead.
Yo, you think Giannis gonna pull up to New York, or he gonna pull up to the Warriors?
Man, but meet your background. I'm gonna answer. Man, let me tell you something, brother. Yo, honestly, because Giannis won't man up and say, I want to go to the Knicks. He got scared little boy energy. Oh, I think I'll go there. Oh, I think I'll go. No, a man says, nah, I'm going there, and that's it. And if you trade me there, I'm not going to resign.
Mm-hmm.
But he don't got that energy. We don't hear none of that in none of these reports. We don't hear none of that.
Nah, fact.
So I think the Warriors has a good chance. I'm going to keep it real. I think Portland has a better chance, but I think the Warriors got a good chance.
Okay, what?
Let me ask you a question, my brother. Pardon me. Do you think it's going to be respected if he go under Curry umbrella and help Golden State win another ring, opposed to doing it somewhere where it hasn't been done in about 50 years?
Yo, it would look like somewhat of a bandwagon jump on, because you've been getting your butt kicked in the East. And so now what, you can't get better in the East. So what, you're going to go join Steph Curry in the West? I mean, I could respect that. Yeah, and that was a thing. Yeah, that's true.
So
That's a
even
good
after
point.
you win, at the end of the day, they're going to respect it. They're going to respect Curry at the end of the day more than anything, because you went under his umbrella. It's not like you going over there and did something that hasn't been done.
Bingo. And there was a quote. I'm not sure if it's by him, but it was Ian Begley stated this, that, hey, he wants to win a championship in New York because it hasn't been done since 1973. And if he really said that or really thinks that, I think that's noble.
I agree too. And I think it'll be appreciated more by the fans, the NBA, everybody, if you bring it home somewhere that hasn't had it, opposed to a dynasty who's done it 4 times already. To me, you're falling under another man's umbrella.
Right. That's a great
Make sure
point.
you post that for them. Let them know he could go fall under somebody's umbrella, or he could do it where it's respected.
Right. Facts. And he would be the biggest star in the world. Yo, they would make him he would be automatically the best player in the world. Automatic.
You did it twice. Milwaukee ain't see shit in 50 years. New York ain't see it in a minute. And I swear to God, what's a better market to do it for than New York?
Yo, man, you hitting it on the nail, man.
Come on, man. Let's get it, though. And while we in the building, brother, appreciate you.
Big time. No doubt, man. I appreciate it, man. Great call. Great call, man.
Seconds.
Great call. And we're on time, man. Great call. I agree with the brother. I think that I wasn't even getting there yet because I didn't even get to the Warriors yet, really. You know, we kind of put it out there, but I'm telling you right now, everything this brother said matters, and that's why I don't believe. I'm gonna save it. But the Warriors have a history of getting this type of stuff done. We don't. Oh, I got a message. I was about to say the fight started already, but it's probably the undercard. Big time salute to all the callers. I do appreciate you guys. Keep the calls coming, 646-995-8389. We're talking about, we're talking about the NBA, man. We're talking about Giannis. We're talking about Paul George. Big time salute to Paul George. Hopefully, his mental health scenario, he's got that remedy because I understand he's taking, some medication and, it's dangerous, man. When you start taking stuff you never heard of before, you got to be careful with that. And, hopefully the league can grant him some, maybe not cut the suspension down, but I think we need to look at this a little bit different when he put the mental health on the table. Because God forbid you get another news bite from Paul George. So, big time salute. Oh, I didn't touch on, I'm glad we're still talking about Paul George because there was one thing I didn't touch on that I wanted to touch on. Damn. Okay, hold on. All right, I got to, guys, I apologize, man. I got to do a better job at organizing my sources, man. Oh, my God. Let me see, Hornets. Let me see if this is it. Because I had another good article on George, and it's just so many tabs and windows, and I just read too goddamn much that, okay, I'll put this on the screen. This is not what I wanted, but we could go here. Okay, so this could, then this is Derek Bondner. This could legitimately have an impact on the Sixers trade deadline plays, as now ducking tax while having room to convert Barlow and Walker is much easier. So this might be a blessing in disguise for the Philadelphia 76ers. Let me explain that. So anytime a player gets suspended, right, they forfeit that money. So 25 games, I think, is equated to $11 million. $11 million. So the Sixers don't get all of that money back when it comes to impact on the salary tax, the luxury tax, right? They don't get all that money back. How it works is like this. Only half of the forfeited amount of money, right, will count towards luxury tax credit. Meaning that, let me show you something. Meaning that the Philadelphia 76ers are above the luxury tax threshold. So because of that, they will get back $5 million in credit to help them avoid or pay less luxury tax. So this actually benefits the Philadelphia 76ers for a multitude of reasons. Because now, all right, you see, they also hard cap. No, it doesn't count against the cap. So the cap, they still got the cap. But in terms of tax money, if they wanted to upgrade Dominic Barlow, and who else they said? Bassey? Did Bassey? Hold on. Let me just double check something. They said Bassey? No, Walker. Okay. They said Barlow and Walker. So now they could bring these guys up and not be impacted by the luxury tax. No, it's still, his salary still counts on the cap. Okay, it still counts on the cap. But the tax allocations, as you can see, they are, what, $201 million? And so that means they're how much above the luxury tax? I think that, man. They only got aprons here. Hold on. I think the luxury tax line is $187 million. I'll stat check that later, but I think it's that much. Once you get above that 187 million, which they are above it, but now they get money back, so they pay less tax, and then they can allocate that money to upgrading these guys, so that way, they don't have to spend more money. So it helps the Sixers save money in luxury tax. Hopefully that makes sense. I can't find my article that explained it. Luckily, I took note of what the article said, so I could reiterate it. But that's initially how it impacts the Philadelphia 76ers. So the Sixers ain't mad. They're like, thank you, George, because now they could bring this Barlow kid, and now you got to see Barlow in the playoffs, because Barlow is capped. As a two-way player, you can only play a certain amount of games. All three of the two-way spots it's a total game they all share. It's not one. I can't remember what the breakdown is. But all three positions count as a total. It's not just one each guy, so to speak. So, but now they get to keep those guys because those guys, helped them, especially the Barlow kid. The Barlow kid did a lot. He started for them. He was really helping them. So that's how it impacts the Philadelphia 76ers, right? They get to save some money when it comes to luxury tax. And trust me, luxury tax is a big deal. It's a huge deal. 646-995-8389. Call up, voice your opinion. Let me know your thoughts. We got a lot of topics. Damn, I wish I was doing this fight tonight, boy. Oh, man. We would have had a ball. Man. Who y'all got in the fight, though? Honestly, I'm leaning Shakur, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if T.O. wins. T.O., you got to be careful with T.O. because he's slick. On one night, he looks great. On another night, he'll get beat by some dude you never heard of. Right, yeah, Zach said they're 11.4. Yeah, but they get only half of it back in tax credit, Zach. Big time salute. Oh, and I forgot to do the MVP donor. I think the last MVP donor, I'm going to do that for the next show. I can't remember who it was off the top of the head, but big time salute to all of the MVP donors, the people who donate to the channel. We do appreciate you guys. Big time salute to you, Maxine, for reminding me on that. Oh, in terms of, you can't trade G League players, AP. I see you. You're right. You can't trade G League players, but you could trade two-way players, though. Two-way players you could trade, but you can't trade G League players. The reason why you can't trade G League players is because you cannot prevent a G League player from going to another team. Like, for example, Dink Pate was offered two-way contracts. He turned both of them down. The Knicks can't intervene on that. The only thing the Knicks could do is offer you an Exhibit 10, which gives you $75K more if you sign with the Westchester Knicks. So if you give somebody, think about it, you give somebody who's a G League player an Exhibit 10 contract, they need that $75K, so they're going to sign with your team. That's the politics of basketball. But that's why you can't trade G League players, because the NBA team does not own the G League players. You only own the two-way player. The two-way player is a part of your team. So I can't come and snatch up your two-way player. But I hear you. And does every NBA team have a G League team? I think so, right? I think there are 30 G League teams. I wish Mellow Mike was here. Mellow Mike is here. Mike, are there 30 teams in the G League? I'm not 100 on that. That might be another reason why you can't do it, because I think at some point NBA teams were sharing G League teams. So yeah, I don't know. It could be even now. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to G League like that. Oh, I know another direction we could go in. We talked about, I'm going to get to the Warriors next, but let's talk about them Spurs, man. What happened to the goddamn Spurs, yo? What's going on with the Spurs? They talking about their lineup. They need to fix their lineup. The hell going on with the San Antonio Spurs? They got beat by the Hornets. And I think this was overseas somewhere, right? This was Oh, this was in Charlotte. But I'm thinking this is an overseas game. By the way, I'm beating J-Tap. Where you at, J-Tap? I'm cooking you right now. Why am I thinking this was an overseas game? It just was an afternoon game. Okay. I thought they were overseas somewhere. Because it's weird because this was the only afternoon game on the schedule today. It's just weird. That's why I thought they were overseas. But they were in Charlotte. And Spurs got cooked. Spurs was a -3.5. I didn't watch this game. I'm probably going to have to watch it on condensed or replay. But I'm not going to watch the whole game. I'll wait for it to come out on condensed. I don't got time to watch any Charlotte Hornet games unless I'm doing scouting for Charlotte. But, ooh, Brandon Miller. I mean, this kid don't really shoot that efficiently, but, man, he's a bucket. I'm trying to understand how the hell they lost. They were talking about their lineup needs to be tweaked, but, I mean, they got the Shinpenny kid. He had a good shooting night. Just give him the ball. He could shoot. I don't know. But if y'all want to talk about this, you know, we could. I didn't see the game. If you saw the game, I guess we could talk about it. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know what happened in that game. I just saw it as a headline. And look, this is what we do on NBA Saturdays. We talk about all the topics. If you want, we could talk about a Knicks topic too. I know y'all mostly Knicks fans in here. There was something that came out. I thought that this was interesting. So all the mid-chats, yeah, I'm going to have fun with the mid-chats today. I'm going to have fun with the mid-chats. And then I'm going to get to the Warriors. Let me see if I could find this. Big time salute to Jalen Brunson getting his 10,000 point as well. We'll talk about that on Monday. This week inside the Knicks podcast. Everybody's talking about this Jose Alvarado. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Oh, I know what I gotta do. Hold on, I gotta go on my phone. It's bad enough I got sources all over the place on my computer. Then it's also bad when I got more sources scattered away on my phone. And I'm like, that's where I saw that on my goddamn phone. That's what it be sometimes. Sometimes I be having something that I'm looking for. I'm thinking it's on the computer. It's not. It's on the phone. Especially when I'm running around here with my son. Oh, I do got a special caller. Hey, what's going on? Mellow Mike. Uh-oh. I lost him. Hold on. Let me see if I get him back. I don't know why it does that with him sometimes. I answer and it hangs up. See if I get him back. Maybe I just missed the call because I really wasn't looking at that window. Let's see if he answers. 646-995-8389. Call up and voice your opinion. Hey, what's going on, Mellow Mike?
Hey, what's going on? Come on.
Hey, nothing much. I know you might have heard the question I just asked.
Let's go.
I was trying to figure out
stop the clock,
Westchester. Oh yeah, I stopped you. I got you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to know Westchester. Westchester G League. How many teams they got in the G League?
Okay, so I believe all the teams have a team in the G League. All the NBA teams. There are two additional. There's two additional. The G League Ignite, which ended up falling off the face of the earth. That's why Dink Pate left to come over to Westchester. Well, he went to Mexico City and then he went to Westchester. And we have Mexico City Capitanes, which is the only outside team aside from Toronto 905. Those are the two outside of the U.S. Yeah, one in the north and one in the south. One in Mexico, one in Canada.
So why aren't the Westchester Knicks a part of the Knicks then? Why can't we claim those guys as our minor league guys if we all got our own teams? No, but an NBA team can come sign them. So like two other teams offered Dink Pate a contract. He turned it down. Yeah. But you can't stop at another team. So that's what AP was asking in the chat. So that's all I want to know. Yeah, I appreciate that.
That is a very good question. I really don't know that. That's pretty much some type of how the league has got their CBA, and I believe they're probably under that agreement of how they run the G League when it comes to that, which is kind of odd because I was under the assumption that they were under us, they belong to us, and that's not the fact.
No, that's definitely
anything can pick them up. Yeah, yep.
100%, man. But if you're ready, I'll start the clock, brother. Let's go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's go. All right, I appreciate the Westchester stuff, but let's go, man.
Okay. So I'm going to start with a couple things. Some stuff might be repetitive. I just want to address the issue with prayers for Paul George. Hopefully everything is all right with his
Yes.
mental health. And like you said, I don't want something to turn that, sometimes we take things jokingly and it ends up being something serious. So when it comes to
Right.
this topic, we got to take it serious, man.
100%. 100%.
I want to reiterate the injuries for Giannis. I know that I mentioned this before and it's been taken out of context when I say 59 knee reports, 22 calf reports, and 2 Achilles reports for Mr. Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's not that he busted his knee 59 times. It's just that there's 59 reports. Okay,
Right.
whether it's bruised, tired, whatever it is, soreness, it's all there. Okay, and the
Right.
22 calf reports, same thing. Some are strains, some could be something light, something could be more severe, and then the last 2, which is the Achilles. I just wanted to make that clear to the audience there.
Right.
As far
Right.
as cat rebounding,
Appreciate it.
and I had to listen to the show for the second time early this morning.
Okay.
And I know a caller called up about Cat that we need. We're paying him $50-something plus million. He's only rebounding 20-something rebounds. Was it the past couple games? Where's his scoring? Well, we blew out the team for 30 points for crying out loud, and I don't really see where he's distributing the ball. Cat is gonna do Cat when he's on, and as long as he's happy and he's doing his thing, I don't mind him getting his 22. He's getting a double-double. It's not like he's scoring no points. Is getting everybody involved, and you know what? That's a great thing that we didn't do last season. So if it means for Tyler Kolek to get involved, any of the other guys on the bench to get involved, I'm all for it because that's going to pay dividends for us later on in the season, playoffs, and hopefully for the championship.
100%.
Last thing, Giannis. I just feel like he's like my Knicks killer. It's embedded in my head that this guy's going to gut my team, and that's the only reason why I don't want Giannis. And the second, because of that injury list, was very eye-raising to me. Is my concern is his health. As a player, I love him. 5 years ago, I would have pulled the trigger a long time ago. 5 years later, which is now 2026, I'm concerned. And like I mentioned before, he is sitting out. He is not playing. That's a concern. So even if we was to get him, what hopes do we have? And I know you did mention in your other episode about, this is for next year and we'll start building. Knicks fans are tired, man. We want to win something now.
10 seconds.
And I feel like we just want to make a run for that. And that's it. I beat Maxine's 10-second clock. Swish, bye.
Let's go. All right, peace. Oh man, big time salute to my man Mellow Mike. I appreciate him. He's definitely our go-to guy when it comes to like G League stuff, because he's down in Westchester for every game. He's a season ticket holder. Really quickly, because I want to respect people's time, and let that be a template for how we use the calls. Because if you want me to talk during your call, I will. It's just counts towards your time. So I'm just wait to the end of the call and I take notes and I respond. What I'm doing right now, I'm going to OG Anunoby's Fox Sports, and I want to pull up his injury log. And this is a guy who we gave a lot of money to. This is a guy who missed the entire playoff run in Toronto. And this is one of the guys that Mellow Mike, he wants to keep and he loves to have on the team. But let's look at his injury report. We see ankle, we see knee, we see hamstring, ankle, thumb, foot, hamstring again, multiple hamstring issues with OG Anunoby. Then he had the elbow that year. Remember when he had the tennis elbow? Well, it wasn't even tennis elbow. It magically went from tennis elbow to he's back, right? He had the finger, leg, ankle, wrist, ankle, hip, finger, health and safety protocols. This was COVID. Injury recovery, injury management, injury recovery, injury management, calf, rest. Health and safety protocols. I wonder what this calf was, though. We talk about Giannis' calf. Oh, we got some calves with OG Anunoby. Okay. Rest, calf, knee, eye, appendix, head, personal, wrist sprain, right wrist, personal, orbital contusion, sprained right ankle, torn ACL. Now, when you look at OG's injury list, he has some major injuries that kept him out for long periods of time. So now I'm going to go to OG Anunoby's basketball reference, and then we'll go back to Fox Sports to see exactly what the injury in correspondence to the season and time that he missed. Can we do that? Is that fair? Let's go there. Okay, cool. So OG Anunoby, let's go through his game profile. Now, clearly, the last 2 seasons, including this season and last year, are his most consistent seasons thus far. But look, we got a lot of time. Hopefully, I'm praying that nothing happens to OG Anunoby. He's missed about maybe 8 games already, dealing with, I can't remember what it was earlier on in the season. But hopefully, he stays the course. He did play 74 games last year with Coach Tibbs burning him out, quote unquote, burning him out. He played 74 games. The year before that, he played 50 games, right? And this was the elbow, the hamstring, right? 50 games. The year before that, 67 games. This might arguably be one of his best years of his career. He made defensive team, and he was 7th in defensive player of the year voting. But before that, 48 games, then 43 games. So we already got 3 seasons with him under 60 games. And then before that, he was a young pup doing his thug dizzle. But OG Anunoby has had some time that he missed out. He had 3 seasons where he played under 40 games, under 50 games, right? When we go to Giannis Antetokounmpo, and this is how you would do this. So you would go there and then go back and look at the injury report and see exactly how this corresponds to his injury, right, so to speak, right? 9-18, hold on. Let's go back. So this was 9-18-17. That's the beginning of the year. He tore his ACL. He missed the entire season. So don't forget to add that to the list, Mike, when we're talking about. So OG missed the season, and he had 3 seasons where he played under 60 games. Let's look at the great Giannis Antetokounmpo, who, by the way, played more years than OG Anunoby, right? So, of course, he's going to have more injury reports. And then I'm going to get into my last detail about the injury report that I don't think that Mike is giving credence to when he reads off the reports. So when you look at Mr. Giannis Antetokounmpo's career, he's played in 60-plus games every single year. He doesn't have a year where he missed games. This would be the only year he's sitting out games. This would be the only season. And we know that, I mean, a lot of us on this channel thought that the injury was fugazi. I'm not saying he's faking it, but I'm just saying there's some dissension going on in Milwaukee. So if you want to give Giannis 1 year where he's playing under 50 games, okay, I take that. But OG played less years than Giannis and missed more games than Giannis. Giannis does not miss games. Do remember, if Casey Smith made OG Anunoby if he turned him into the pillar of health, what do you think he's going to do with Giannis Antetokounmpo? We keep talking about calf sprains and Achilles. Calf sprains turns into Achilles when you play with a bad calf sprain. The reason why you see all of those reports is because, once again, I love Fox Sports, but you got to use it as a confluence, not as the only source. Because a lot of these injuries, right, and we could go to Giannis next if you want, a lot of these injuries is just load management or soreness, like he said. It doesn't mean that you broke anything. So because you have all of these reports, it doesn't matter. OG Anunoby has way less reports than Giannis, but he missed way more time than Giannis did. Look, when he tore his ACL, that's 1 report for the entire season. But Mike, you love this guy and you want to give him $200 million and you want to keep him on your franchise. There's a good argument that OG Anunoby was injury prone. I don't want to go there. And then when we talk about OG Anunoby as a champion, he didn't play on that team. He wasn't there in the postseason. He got hurt. So what are we talking about? Then you got a guy like Mitchell Robinson. Now, I'm not saying I don't think Mike is a Mitchette. You got a guy like Mitchell Robinson where his game logs is even worse than OG Anunoby's. And none of y'all want to trade him So you're going to talk about a guy in Giannis Antetokounmpo who's been the pillar of health his whole career. And now say, oh, yeah, look at his injury report. What else did he say? He said that I don't want to gut my team. You keep talking about gutting your team. Did the Lakers gut their team to get Luka? No, but guess what they're going to do? They're going to gut their team to build a championship around Luka. Yes, you need to gut your team. You do need to gut your team and build around the star. The Knicks, that's the one thing holding us back. This team is not built around Jalen Brunson. If Jalen Brunson's your star, we didn't build a team around him. We got a collection of talent. We made deals based on the fact that, oh, I didn't know I could get OG Anunoby. Remember, Toronto and MSG at the time were in a lawsuit for $10 million, which was crazy. They wound up dismissing it or letting it go. But when the Knicks contacted Toronto for OG Anunoby, they did not know they could get OG Anunoby. When they went and got Towns, same kind of deal. Minnesota said, all right, we'll do the deal. Give us Dante. Knicks said, really? Bye. So this team was not gutted and built for Jalen Brunson. That's why you got guys like Jordan Clarkson. I would never sign a Jordan Clarkson to play with Jalen Brunson. That's why early in the season they didn't play together. Remember, you only seen Jordan Clarkson when Brunson was out of the game. How many of y'all remember that? Why do you think that was? If Jalen Brunson's your superstar, all of my guards would be 6'6" and taller. And they all play defense and they all shoot threes. We got a bunch of dudes that can't play defense at the guard position. And then you want to play them all together. Then we see a lineup with Brunson, Kolek, and Clarkson. And y'all want to know why I wanted to pull out my hair every time I saw that. No defense. You're going to get killed in the cross matches, which they did. Every other guard besides Brunson should be 6'7". You want to build a team around Brunson? Build a team around Brunson. Then I would get a center that could run pick and roll without fouling. In Towns. To me, Brunson and Towns is not a compatible match. I'm not saying they can't grow and learn together, but honestly, I don't think that is a match made in heaven. I think that Giannis and Brunson will be more compatible than Towns and Brunson is. I didn't even do my unfiltered thought on Towns yet. My one troubling stat about Towns that worries me. I didn't even do that yet. So while I hear my man Mellow Mike, you know what I'm saying? I strongly disagree. You need to go get Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's what we got Casey Smith for. Casey Smith is going to have a real injury management plan for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And yes, he needs to sit. He needs to sit. Because, Melo, I saw the comment. You said, I don't trust this team to win no championship. You said, I don't trust this team to win no championship. Oh, by the way, I know the MVP donor. It was that guy 22. That guy 22. If you in the building, I wanted to know something. Did you, when you did that donation yesterday, was that just a super chat or were you trying to call back? And matter of fact, I want to reiterate this. To the people who want to do the $5 callback option, if you donate the $5, put callback in the donation so I know you want to call back. So that guy 22, if you're listening to this, I wasn't sure because you sent in a super chat and it was technically a $5 super chat, but I wasn't sure if you wanted to call back. So if you do want to donate to call back, just put the $5 in there and put call back, okay? Whether it's a super chat or a cash app, whatever it may be. I just wasn't sure what that was, but we definitely got to get the likes up. Continue to smash the like button. This is NBA Fan Saturdays, man. We having a great conversation. And, yeah, you know, we're talking about a lot. Now I'm going to get into this Giannis stuff as well. Definitely going to get into this Giannis stuff. So the Warriors, they are making their push for Giannis. And why I'm concerned about the Warriors as a Knicks fan is that I feel as though the Knicks are becoming, as the days go by, we're becoming less and less of a favorite. Because when we initially was talking about this deal, hold on, I'm gonna get to that. Hold on, let me get out. Let me just get my ducks in a row. When we were initially talking about the summer report, we would I'm gonna close out some of these windows as well. We were talking about when Sham said that Giannis said, "Hey, I would love to get traded to New York." Didn't demand the trade, didn't ask for the trade. But at that time, New York was the only other team. And then, of course, the Bucks GM, he said, I can never remember this guy's name. Anyway, Bucks GM, he said, we're going to build a team around you. We're going for the championship. Clearly, it was Cat. That's why the reports came out a couple of weeks ago that he went back to have a discussion, or someone from his team. Remember, because Giannis didn't do it. He said third party. He don't control third party. Whatever. All Cat. Nonetheless, they convinced Giannis, but now they suck. So Giannis is like, yo, I need out. You didn't, well, you kind of lied to me, and I don't want to leave you at the altar completely. I just want you to just break up with me. That's what he wants. So it could make him feel good at night. It's really just annoying to me because Giannis could be a Knick right now. He got the Thanos gauntlet on. He snap his finger just like that. Come to the Knicks. So now here's what Zach Lowe said. I think it's a coin flip. It's a coin flip. He gets moved between now or the deadline because these things tend to move when they get out there so publicly. If you see a team like Miami who has two trade and that ain't enough, is if there's a move, they turn some player into an extra pick or trade for another futures first, somehow that's obviously a red flag. So it's a coin flip, and Miami is one of the teams that magically appeared because at some point during this whole transition when he's beefing with the Bucks front office, the Warriors came up. And then recently, we're hearing that now it's 4 teams with Minnesota being in consideration as well. Miami as well. So I'm like, yo, man, honestly, man, it's making me feel a little less confident that this is going to happen. By the way, I just see the Charlotte Hornets have won 6 games in a row for the first time since March 2016. That's crazy. Now listen to this. Zach Lowe on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Sources around the league. Sorry. Just kind of multitasking. Anyway, Zach Lowe on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Sources around the league has been telling me for the last 48 hours, I've been on the phones that the Bucks are just in digest mode. That's Giannis' fault. He's giving them too much power. Trae Young, what his agent did? Yeah, we actively seeking a destination for Trae Young. It took less than 7 days, if that, and Trae Young was out of there. Now, granted, Trae Young is not the superstar level that Giannis is, but if he could command a deal, Giannis could do so. Giannis is playing nice guy. Right? They're not even really being proactive. They're just waiting for new teams to show them on a platter. Like, here's what we're willing to offer you for Giannis. And teams are trying to figure it out. Are they listening? Are they going to come back to us and start negotiating? Or is this something that actually going to come in the offseason when you guys mentioned that the contract extension is going to be offered to him and then more teams may join the fray? So Giannis is allowing this team to play with his emotions. If Giannis puts out a statement, I went out of New York, out of Milwaukee, and I want to go to New York, it'll happen. But because Giannis is just sitting there trying to recover and come back and be a great leader for the team, but all of a sudden, right? Oh, I will never ask for a trade from the Milwaukee Bucks. I would never do it. And then Shams drops the bomb while we're live on the Blue and Orange Breakfast Show on Wednesday. It says, oh, Giannis is willing to be traded. This is getting spooky, y'all. I'm feeling like I'm honestly, and it's a mystery. I don't know what to believe anymore, bro. I don't know what to believe because Giannis is just being so nice. He's a nice guy. Man, Giannis, you're a great guy. Great guy. But man, let me tell you something, man. The more the days go by, the less optimistic I am for the Knicks. Because the Bucks should not be fielding offers. They should be taking the Knicks offer. Let me read this super chat. Big time salute to my man, No Strays. I like that name, No Strays 1. Congrats on the Knicks being on the roll. Perfect time to blow your team up for an aging star whose ACL is dangling like a flag in the wind. Well, he's dealing with a calf. I did the report come out he's dealing with ACL? Mellow Mike, did you see an ACL on the report? Let's pull it up because my man, he spent some Skrilla, so we gonna pull it up, man. We definitely gonna pull it up. Let's go to Giannis Antetokounmpo injury. All right. And as far as the team being on the roll, I don't give a damn about them being on the roll in the regular season. Will they be on this roll in the NBA Finals? Will they make it to the NBA Finals? No strays. No strays. Don't catch no strays, my brother. I like that name, by the way. That's fire. Yeah, but will they be on the roll in the five? Don't give me no roll. Hold on. I don't want to do this because I did predict that we were going to go on a run. But no, we got to be real now. We got to be now we got to be real. So we're on a run. You don't want to break up the team. Did that stop Leon Rose last year from breaking up the team? Did that stop him from doing it last year? Did we ever get to see the Nova boys with Julius Randle and OG Anunoby? We never got the chance to see that. Coach Tibbs took us to the Eastern Conference Finals. Did we get a chance to see if Coach Tibbs would take us to the finals? We don't get a chance to see nothing with this team. It changes every year. So what's another change? What more hurt could another change make? We do it every year. We already made a change. Mike Brown is a change. We always make changes. And the changes never stop. So we're going to be happy with, realistically, we was on a roll. But so now, because we beat Brooklyn, Philadelphia, Sacramento, Toronto, and Portland, now, oh, man, we're good. We don't need Giannis. Is that the knowledge? We're going to get hype off of these 5 teams. None of these teams are top 10 teams, by the way. None of them. And we're going to be happy because we're on a 5-game winning streak against teams that's not even top 10. Big time salute, No Strays. I do appreciate that. Hopefully you didn't catch no strays in that response. Let me go. I like that name, No Strays, though, because you could make word plays on it. You know what I mean? But let me get back to where I was at. Because I also want to pull up. No, I'm going to before I get to any calls. I'm going to the injury report because I didn't see ACL on there. But we could pull up the ACL. We could pull up the Fox Sports to see if there's ACLs on there. You feel me? Because maybe it is. I don't know. I still don't even know the update to the last injury he got, to be honest. Because I'm still thinking that that's Cat. So I don't see ACL. Maybe you could elaborate where the ACL is. I mean, I do see 11-16 knee 25, but I don't know if that's ACL. Let's see. I think Mellow Mike pointed out that he had an ACL before. Right? He had Achilles, he said. Right? Let's see. But he never tore his Achilles, so and that's the concern, is the torn Achilles. I don't think he had an ACL. Nah. I don't see ACL nowhere in his report. I mean, we know he didn't tear an ACL, but I don't even see ACL nothing. Now, is the knee or is it another report that's ACL? I just don't see that, my brother. So yeah, you might want to change it to the Achilles, which he did have in 2024, but he hasn't had Achilles on his report since then. He's been dealing with a calf. The calf is what's been giving them trouble. But I appreciate the super chat as well, my brother. All right. Where was I at? I was getting into something. No, not that. Hold on. Let me come out of there. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. Let me get my mind right. Right, yeah, we was talking about going into the fray. Talked about this already. I got too many damn sources. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get into the update that I just got on X, but I already had that. Yeah, I'm gonna get into that next. Get my ducks in a row. Right. Okay. Okay, cool. I don't really care about Draymond. Let me take this call while I sort this out.
Yo, Karan,
hey,
what's up, brother?
going on, Yuri, man? Yeah, I'm talking. I had to, I had to address certain comments, man. But talk to me, brother. Let's go.
No. I just wanted to say what's up and say hi to Maxine as well. All I gotta
Big
say,
time.
Maxine got to deal with your high energy every day.
Nah, I'm not like this. I'm only like this when I talk sports. This is why I talk sports. I can't talk sports with her. Well, we do talk sports. No, we do talk sports because
It's all love.
She's a producer now, so she's kind of into it too. Yeah.
I know. It's all love. Yo, but yeah, Warriors could definitely jump in and get the Giannis Antetokounmpo sweepstakes. There's no doubt about it. Reason being is that they can trade Draymond Green straight up for Giannis and give them what they want as well.
Right.
So I don't know, man. It's iffy. You got a lot of teams that want Giannis. We're gonna hear reports coming out this deadline. We already heard the Brooklyn Nets, preparing a massive package for Giannis, right?
Mm-hmm.
We heard the Knicks, even though their view is outsized by other GMs, they're still going to try to make a package for Giannis.
Listen, Yuri, about that, I don't give a damn what other GMs got to say. Ian Begley didn't say, because you said Ian Begley said that they were outsiders. You said that on the show.
I saw a report about that. I thought he said
that. Yeah,
that.
no, he said that other GM said that. That's why I said that don't sound like something Ian Begley would say. But go ahead. I continue.
Yeah, okay. I want to make sure. Thank you for clarifying me on that one, brother.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, 5-game win streak. I don't care about the 5-game win streak, to tell you the truth. I'm happy they're back on track, if anything, right? But they got to win every single day. So what?
And if they don't win, what's going to happen?
Giannis.
Okay, there you go. All right.
That's all you're going to keep hearing.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you keep winning. Basically, for the Knicks, winning is the cure to happiness right now.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh yeah.
For trade deadlines.
Hell yeah. You better continue.
And it better continue until the trade deadline passes. That's all I gotta say about that.
Right.
Do I think?
No, and then even if it does happen, they're gonna refer to the fact that you didn't trade for him. But go ahead, continue.
Yeah, exactly. So Karan, this situation with Giannis is damned if you do, damned if you don't. I got 20 seconds left. I'm gonna end it with this. It's damned if you trade for Giannis, damned if you don't trade for Giannis. All I'm gonna say is this: the Knicks are winning finally, and they're gonna be okay in the long run. I believe in this team. Salute, Karan.
Okay. Big time, Yuri. I hear you. Big time salute. That's my man, Yuri. I'm always optimistic.
10 seconds.
Let me just stop, Maxine. Bam. So this is what I was looking for. By the way, this I already had this. The update that popped up, Max sent me. Jimmy Butler's unlikely. I already had that. This is what I was going to talk about, Max. The Warriors voiced to Butler a plan to keep him despite the ACL tear, believing he will rehab and boost them upon his return at some point next season. Dunleavy said he didn't envision trading Butler. They are not actively shopping his contract, team sources said, but everything is on the table in a Giannis Antetokounmpo conversation. You see, that right there, that is what I respect. And that's why I'm concerned. Because y'all in New York, oh, I don't want to trade this. I don't want to trade that. Listen, let me tell you something, New York. New York has never done a successful job of building around a star. One, we didn't even have stars. Ewing is the last legitimate star that we had. When I say star, I'm talking about All-NBA first team, MVP. He is the last legitimate guy we had that took us to 2 finals. And we did a show. Go back into the archives. Me, my man Ron from Still Knicks Fans, my man, who else was on there? Big Dog Talk Sports. And we came to the conclusion that it was mismanagement, not misfortune in the 90s. Go check out that show. It's a powerful show. The New York Knicks haven't done a good job of building around a star player since Willis Reed and them dudes back then. Outside of that, we never built around a superstar. What the Warriors just said is what is required. But y'all, I don't want to gut the team. No, I don't want to lose a bunch of guys that's not going to be remembered 20 years from now outside of New York City. That's what y'all keep saying. I don't want to gut the team. They said that everything is on the table except Jimmy, because guess what? The Milwaukee Bucks do not want Jimmy Butler. They don't want him. They want young talent. So guess what the Warriors are going to do? They're going to package up every piece of young whatever they got, including Draymond Green if they have to. We're going to get to him in a second. They're willing to give up any and everything to go get the star player. That's how you build the championship team. You don't build the championship team with a bunch of dudes who never did nothing. This guy's never won nothing. OG Anunoby didn't even play in the championship game. But I don't want to trade OG Anunoby. I don't want to trade. Oh, no. They ain't win nothing yet. And with the way y'all energy is, y'all better be picking the Knicks to win the championship. Since you got all this confidence, we gonna do this. But where was this confidence 10 games ago when y'all was trashing the Knicks? The Knicks are not. When the Knicks went 2-9, where was this energy at? Y'all didn't have this energy then. Y'all didn't have the energy. Y'all was like, oh man, this team is overrated. They're not that good. But now y'all too good to not get Giannis. It don't make no sense. And this is why I do what I do. I call out the contradictions. I remember somebody called up. I think it's the guy who I'm going to get to on the phone next. He called up. He said, yo, you still want Giannis Antetokounmpo? I said, hell yeah. I said, we could win 2 championships. I still want Giannis Antetokounmpo. There's not going to be a day I don't want Giannis Antetokounmpo. Understand that. The time is now. We hadn't done it in 50 years, y'all. Bob McAdoo is Bob McAdoo, in respect to Bernard King. Matter of fact, I'm going to say Bernard King. Bernard King is the last time we had somebody who was about that life. Then we got Ewing. I'm talking about we got somebody first team, perennial all-star, one of the best in the league. You got to go back to Bernard King and Bob McAdoo and those dudes, they were cream of the crop. We don't get cream of the crop. We get second fiddle. Second team. Get Melo. Second team. We don't get first team. We don't. And y'all have become comfortable with that. 50 wins. If the Lakers got 50 wins, they wouldn't even care. They don't care about no guy. We get 50. Lakers go to a Western Conference Finals. They're like, that ain't nothing. We go to the Eastern Conference Finals. Like we're second fiddle, and I'm tired of being second fiddle. I really am. So that's why I'm pushing for Giannis, because it's something we never did. Yeah, we took a bunch of OG Anunobys and Mikal Bridges, and we tried to win a championship, and we got cooked. We've done that before. We've done that. We did that. We do that all the time. We go get a bunch of dudes who are not superstars, put them together, and yeah, we got a good team. Yeah. All right. We're going to compete for the second seed. Then we get to the second round. We're good. Yeah, man, we took the Pacers to 7 games. Man, we lost to the Heat, but it was a good series. We didn't get swept, and that's what you guys are happy with. And then we got the next year culture. I'm telling you right now, if this team doesn't make it to the second round, then those guys who you wouldn't want to trade Giannis for will be going for a lot less than Giannis. You bet your bottom dollar on it. This team, who you think is good enough to win without Giannis, or we don't need Giannis because we want to keep these guys. It's just like the Gallinari effect with Melo. Oh, yeah, we gutted our team for Melo. Do you know how many games that team won? Let's look at the amount of games the Knicks won with Melo versus the amount of games they won without Melo. Then we can look at Danilo Gallinari and Winston Chandler. I met him. He's a good guy. But Wilson Chandler, Timothy Mozgov. You kidding me? Oh, I'm crying about that. And then we go and get Raymond Felton again. We went and got him. So you can't even count Raymond Felton in the trade because we got him back. So let's look at the other three guys. Timothy Mozgov, where's his career? Are they going to be talking about Timothy Mozgov outside of New York in the next 20 years? This is what I keep telling you guys are doing. You want to keep a whole bunch of dudes that won't be remembered. And that's why you don't win consistently. You don't. It's the same narrative. The I don't want not Giannis narrative is that I'm okay with the Knicks being second fiddle. It goes hand in hand. Put them together. Because none of you are picking the Knicks. All of you people saying Giannis, you don't want him. None of y'all picking the Knicks to win the championship. I had somebody call up the other day and said that I think it's cap. I don't think you genuine because I really want to see your comments when we went 2-9. Because I do the call-up show. It's all documented. It's all documented. Y'all was, this team is trash. I'm in the Discord server. If you're a channel member, you're not in the Discord server, you need to get inside the Discord server so you can see what I'm talking about. You should have seen the way these guys were when this team was 2-9 in the 11-game stretch. Give me Giannis, please. Oh, my God. Now you win 5 games. Yeah. We beat the Sacramento Kings. We good. We smacked Portland. Yeah. I want to build. Leon Rose. See, that's another illusion. Y'all buying the Leon Rose cap juice. The Leon Rose cap juice is you're building something. You're not building nothing. It changes every year, and I guarantee you it will change again next year. It already changed this year. Whether we do a trade or not, we already made a change this year. We brought in a whole new goddamn coach. Every year there's a change in New York City. Don't tell me you want to build something because we never got a chance to see the 4 Nova boys with Julius Randle and OG Anunoby. We never got to see that team. So the building narrative is cap. And it has to stop. And please do not call my show telling me, oh yeah, we need to build. This team has built nothing. We haven't. We got Jalen Brunson, great play. I love Jalen Brunson. But he's not Luka Doncic. I'm sorry. He's not SGA. He's not. I'm praying he gets the first team this year. I'm pushing for him. I defend Jalen Brunson. When they said he was too small, who was the one that was debunking that narrative? Me. I love Jalen Brunson. But I'm not going to sit here and act like he's all NBA first team and the MVP. He's not. So now you got a chance to put Jalen Brunson with a dude who's an MVP, and you're saying, I don't want to trade a whole bunch of dudes that won't be remembered 20 years from now. This is the stuff I cannot co-sign as a Knicks fan. But when they said they putting everything on the table, that's why I'm concerned about Golden State. Because they like, look, we done this already. We know what we got to do. We got to get rid of Harrison Barnes. And we got to get rid of Andre Iguodala. And we got to get rid of Andrew Bogut. And we got to go get rid of these dudes to maintain championship status because that's what championship teams do. They do what it takes to win the championship. They move players in and out. You got to go. No, you got to go. And that's what the Knicks need to do. Continue to do what we've been doing because we've been moving them. That's why I love when I saw the reports that the Knicks are aggressive. Aggressive. Everything is on the table because we've been doing it wrong for 50 years. My fault. 53 years. Don't forget the 3. And the time is now to change it up so we can become championship. So yeah, next time somebody say, oh, you got to gut the team, I'm saying, yes, I want to gut the team. These guys ain't do nothing. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of a bunch of dudes that hadn't done nothing, and I'm going to go get me a guy who has done way more than my entire franchise combined. That's what I'm going to go do. And that is the recipe and key to success. So we're going to give up everything. Everything is on the table. Even though Butler is the clear salary match, though a deal involving Draymond Green and several other rotational players is plausible. And watch, if Golden State gets, this is what I keep telling y'all, whether it be Golden State, whether it be LA, whether it be Miami, they're not going to give up everybody who, oh, I got to give up this and that. And, oh, no, my greatest concern is giving up Tyler Hero and this guy and that guy. Huh? What the hell has Tyler Hero done? What the hell has Jonathan Kuminga done? What the hell has Pradinsky done? What the hell has any young dude with a future on the Warriors done? I'm giving up any one of these dudes. Any combination. The only 2 players that are safe is Jimmy and Steph. That's it. The rest of you guys, out of here. Because guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to get Giannis now, and I'm going to build it around him in the offseason. We're going to go into that second apron. We're going to get a whole bunch of dudes that nobody wants. We're going to add them as our veteran minimums, and we're going to win the championship. And we're going to show you how it's done. Yeah, New York, you're going to be second fiddle again. And then when we see you in March and we battle up against you, and you know how there is always a Knicks Warrior game on big national TV, they're going to smack us by 30. And we're going to be sitting here talking about the same thing we did last year. Yeah, man, I love OG and Mikal Bridges and these guys. That's how you build a championship team. All right? There's more, but hold on. I got my man waiting for a minute. My man, he going to bring some clarity to the conversation. Let me see if I get this brother back on the line. 646-995-8389. We talking about Giannis, the Knicks, everything and more. Let's see if this brother answers. Hopefully I get him. What's going on, D from Los Angeles? Talk to me, my brother.
What's good? Happy Saturday. I'm going to keep it short.
Let's go.
I'm going to just name Trae Young was traded for C.J. McCollum and CRISPR. KD was traded for Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks. Jimmy Butler was traded for Andrew Wiggins. Karl Anthony Towns was traded for Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo. And Luka was traded for AD and Christie. Why do I mention this? Because under the new CBA, everybody who keeps talking about depleting a team, the teams who have the superstar who are trading them away are not necessarily in power. It doesn't work like that anymore. This ain't 2010. It's a different world. I just named 5 stars, the last 5 all-stars who were traded for basically pennies on the dollar, right? Because, again, the CBA has changed a lot. Will Giannis be the same? He'll probably garner more, but I promise you he's not going to garner as much as the Bucks would like, especially as somebody who's on a 1-year contract. Let's say the Nets say we have a bunch of young talent and picks that we want to trade you for Giannis, and they make the trade. Why would Giannis go to Brooklyn to be in Milwaukee again and then sign there and do the same exact thing? The team, it's just a fact. It's just a fact. So,
yo, you on fire.
No, for real. Folks who keep talking about the team's going to be depleted. The new CBA doesn't really allow it like that. There's so much nuance concerned. And then lastly, before I go
ahead.
For y'all who are stuck with these players who I love, I just want to say something. Their names will not constantly come up in trade talks if they did what we expect them to do consistently.
That's
if you
true.
don't like Karl Anthony Towns' name being brought up, his name's going to be brought up in trade talks as long as he's here as a Knick.
That's facts.
That's just what
That's
it is.
right.
So
Yes.
if you want them to stay, call them up and let them know, hey, guys, can y'all please play consistently like y'all really want to win a championship? Because I would really love you to stay on this team. And I'm going to holler at you. Stay up.
Yo, great call. Great
No doubt.
call. Big time. That's my man D from Los Angeles. I was saving him after I went on my rant because I knew he was going to bring the fire. Big time salute to my man D from Los Angeles. That's a level-headed Knicks fan right there. And I'm not saying it because he agrees with me. I'm saying it because he's spitting all facts. No team is fleeced. I remember somebody called and said, we're going to have to trade Towns, Mikal, OG, and Deuce. I said, yo, dude, do you know how much money that is? There's no way Milwaukee could accept that much money. That goes against cap rules. You can't trade. You can't do what the Knicks did for Melo back then. Those guys was getting $5 million a piece. And Melo might have been getting 20.
Seconds.
You get what I'm saying? So, yo, my man D from Los Angeles, yo, that brother, that's a great damn call, bro. That's a great follow-up, man. It's like we tag teamed. It's like we planned that. We definitely didn't. It's just something about that everything thing that got me in that moment. They give up everything. Man, that's fire. 646-995-8389. Let's see if my man call. See if I get my man Gino up in here. He might not answer.
Your call has been forwarded.
Gino, call back, my brother. Call back. Big time salute to everybody in the building, man. Yo, my man, yo, honestly, that was a great call, man. There's hope out there. Now I feel like there's hope out there for Knicks fans. Cause I really do believe, like, yo, y'all might be lost, bro. Y'all might be lost. Like, y'all really buying the New York Knicks Kool-Aid, bro. See, that's why I became the objective fan. I stopped buying the New York Knicks Kool-Aid. I stopped doing it. Then I did my research. I said, yo, this is why we don't have a championship since 73. I went back. Yo, to all the channel members, go watch my last Unfiltered Thought. I promise you. We went back to the dude, I can't remember his name, the dude we went back to the 1950s. The 1950s. And we looked at the difference between those Knicks teams and this Knicks team that we had in the last 30, 40 years. And it's a shame. Like, it literally is a shame. Go watch that video. But we continue to bump our head on the wall for 30 years with the same concept. B-level dudes, B-level guys, B-level team. Put a team of B-levels, B-level team, B-level team, second team All-NBA, third team. And think you're going to win a championship. It don't work like that. The last 20 champions all had MVPs or first teamers. And y'all want to think y'all going to win a championship with a bunch of dudes that didn't do nothing. You're trying to create a miracle. And then you don't win every year, and you wonder why. I don't buy the Knicks Kool-Aid, dog. I love the Knicks. I am not buying the Kool-Aid. I'm sorry. I was off that train. I thought that John Wallace was going to be Rookie of the Year. I thought that John Wallace was going to be Rookie of the Year. Think about that. How delusional of a fan you have to be to believe that John Wallace was going to be Rookie of the Year. I thought that. Because guess what? I bought the Knicks Kool-Aid. Y'all not worried about Golden State. I'm worried about Golden State. They said they're willing to give everything. Do you know how powerful a bar that is? It's a difference in mentality of an organization. What did Thanos say? What did Thanos say? You know, what did it cost him to get to where he was at? Cost me everything. I gave up everything. I gave up my daughter who I loved. Not saying we got to do that, baby. We ain't doing no sacrifices over here. But the point, you get my point. Big time salute to my man Rob from the ATL.
Yeah, what up, Kay?
Man, I'm cooking tonight, man. Talk to me, man. What's going on?
Yo, if you thought John Wallace was gonna be Rookie of the Year, you done come back from oblivion. Because I wasn't that far gone.
No, I was gone, brother. I was gone.
Yeah, you was gone.
I was gone.
Yo, you sound like, yo, from where you are now back to when it's like you was in AA and you had like sponsors, more than one sponsor, bring you back from the brink to hell. John Wallace?
Let's go.
John Wallace?
John Wallace.
Yo, I'm about to
bought
drop
the
some
Knicks
heavy.
Kool-Aid. Go ahead.
Yo, I'm support and I'm riding with you because you know, have you ever been to Atlanta before?
Oh yeah, I was there. I played in a basketball tournament. This was back in 2022 or 2023, one of them years. Go ahead.
Yo, the second largest import in Atlanta, as far as after the homegrown are New Yorkers. It's a lot of us down here, man.
Right.
And I've worked with 5 of them. That's how many 5 in one crew. That's how many New Yorkers are down here. So we had a conversation. Even my boy is down here, my childhood friend. And you know what it is? New Yorkers, right? We've been gassed to be satisfied with nothing. Been told all their lives that because of where they live, they're better off than the rest of the world. They're in the greatest city. And that's not true, because if you was in the greatest city, look at your infrastructure compared to China or Japan. There's nothing on the same level.
Facts.
And LA, they've been getting championships while we've been down in the doldrums and in the basement. They don't rest on their laurels because they're a flashy city. Why does New Yorkers rest on their laurels because they're a top-notch city? They're both expensive, the places to live in the whole country.
That's a fact.
And then basketball is the Northeastern original product.
Right.
And supposedly we're supposed to have more culture. So it doesn't make sense how we've been so satisfied with nothing, and how the Garden will still always sell tickets no matter how bad the Knicks were.
Bingo.
Yeah, man. I mean, come on. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense, man.
We sipping on the Knicks Kool-Aid. Go ahead.
Right. Bad enough you got to deal with all the rats and roaches when you're in the subway, but and the infrastructure is archaic. I mean, it's time to want something, man. I mean, I just don't know, man. It's just a psychology of New Yorkers, man. Just like we ain't used to nothing, and we just rest on our laurels, and we just happy to get what we can get, man. You gotta demand more, man. Demand more.
Facts. I appreciate you, Rock, man. Big time salute, my brother. Rock from the ATL, drop it. Pure facts. Like, we have this entitlement, and I don't understand where it is. And that's why I laughed at Dusty when he tried to make me like I was an entitled Knicks fan. I said, dog, first off, you're a more entitled Laker fan than I am an entitled Knicks fan. I keep it real in this, man. I keep telling him, man, you don't watch the shows because you don't like the Knicks, but I be going in on the Knicks, bro. I'm not just bigging up the Knicks all the time. No, I don't. Leon Rose. I'm telling you, if I see the report that Leon Rose had the opportunity to get Giannis, but he didn't want to trade OG Anunoby, I'm frying him. I'm just letting y'all know, off rip. I'm frying him. I am frying them. I'm just letting, if I see that. Now, it's one thing if the Knicks tried because they were aggressive and then Giannis, he punked out. That's cool, because Giannis, the way he's acting is really getting me upset anyway, because I don't see how a dude like him of his stature is acting so much like a little passive dude. Like, you're in a power position, dog. Don't let these dudes tell you, man, yo, we need to do what we got to do for Milwaukee, man. You know you love Milwaukee, man. So, yo, just go to Portland for us, yo. Just go to Brooklyn for us. Just go to... Nah. I need to go to New York City. I need to go become a billionaire ×2. I need to expand my brand. You guys have kept me trapped in this small ass pond, and now I need to go jump in the Hudson River and be the biggest fish. I don't think there's no fish in the Hudson River, but nonetheless, you get my point. The time is now. What are we doing, yo? Y'all just want to lose, man. I'm tired of being a part of losing culture, bro. Oh, yeah, you know, they fought their hearts out. Oh, man, we got a bunch of dogs, B-rated players. Where's your A-rated player? Jalen Brunson is not an A-rated player yet. He didn't win a championship. He didn't win an All-NBA first team. He's not an MVP. He just became an all-star starter. I thought he should be a three-time. No, he went to the all-star twice. This would be his third year. He should be a four-time all-star. I was defending Jalen Brunson. I'm not trying to knock him, but I'm not going to cap and make it seem like Jalen Brunson is top 3 in the league. See, some of you guys do that. And that's what I'm talking about, buying the Knicks Kool-Aid. Do y'all watch the NBA? Because I could name 3 players better than Jalen Brunson. I definitely could. And I'm telling y'all right now, I know I got a Detroit hater. Let me see which number hater this was. I'm going to tell you which number Detroit hater this was. Big time salute to the Detroit haters. I'm going to start calling y'all up. I'm going to give y'all a couple of days. I will get to the Detroit haters. This is Detroit hater number 5. Okay, I got him texting me right now. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm dealing with? And he said a chip in New York. This is what the Detroit hater said. A chip in New York would mean so much than anywhere else. It would count for so much more. And I'm a Pistons fan. You see this? And this dude, I like this dude, Detroit number 5. This dude is, even though he's with Detroit and he wants to talk smack, and that's cool. That's what we're here for, you know. But he also spits real talk. You know what I'm saying? And that's the point, yo. And the dudes in Detroit could see it. The dudes in Detroit could see it. And y'all can't. Cade Cunningham, I'm not gonna lie. He's looking like he's getting up there with Brunson. I'm keeping it 100. I'm keeping it 100 stacks. Cade Cunningham, you say what you want about Detroit. That's the ops. They rivals. That's cool. I still think we beat Detroit in the postseason. Maybe not the regular season, but the postseason. But that brother Cade Cunningham is getting like this, dog. I'm keeping it real. Cade looking like, let me tell you how Cade looking. Cade looking like he about to be the starter on the Olympic team in 2038. He going to be the starting point guard in 2028 going into the Olympics. That's why, let me tell you something. 2028 Olympics, we going to smack the world. Trust me. Because what people are failing to realize when they drop this little stat, we hadn't had an American MVP since James Harden. What you're failing to realize is that only the top 3 guys are European. After that, there are a whole bunch of, not even European, because SGA is not European. Bottom line is, there's only a handful of guys that are that good from overseas that are better than everybody else. Don't Wemby in there. So now you got 4 guys that's better than the rest. But from 4 to like 30, they all Americans. And guess what? That 4 through 30, they all going to be on the Olympic team. And we're going to smack the world. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we blow the world out worse than the dream team that had Kobe in them. I wouldn't be surprised if this team that's going in 2028 looks way more dominant than the LeBron team. Because they ain't going to have no old ducks. It ain't going to be no KD, Steph, and LeBron on this 2028 team. It's going to be Ant-Man. It's going to be a whole bunch of young dudes that are straight assassins. Don't forget, we got Boozer in college. Right? You got Cooper Flack. Yo, that 2028 team is going to be so serious. Man, it's going to be lights out. By the way, big time salute to the super chats. My man AP says they probably won't give JB the MVP because he plays for the Knicks. They are biased. Now, AP, I do agree with that. The bias, I don't think is because he's with the Knicks. I think it's because he's a second-round pick. And he didn't do what Jokic did. Well, of course, Jokic won the MVP, but I'm just saying championship and the numbers and the dominance. Jalen Brunson, as good as he is, He's not as dominant as Jokic is. And also, the game is always going to be biased to big men over guards because big men have always been the most dominant, best players going back to back in the day. There's always been big guys that dominate, from Willis Reed to Bill Russell to Will Chamberlain to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, right? Moses Malone. Even you go back all the way back to what's that big tall dude? It's not Dolph Shades. It's another big tall dude. Anyway, since the start of the league, the best players have always been big men. So in today's era, you got so many dominant big men like Giannis and Jokic. There's no way he can compete with those guys. There's no way he can compete with those guys. And I'm keeping it 100% stacks with that. But I'm not sure if it's because of the Knicks per se, because if Giannis came to the Knicks, I think that would automatically make him the MVP. So I agree there's some bias with Brunson. It's his height and his status as a pick and the fact that he's not a big man. If Jalen Brunson was 6'7", doing what he's doing, he would be the MVP. Let me see. Cade is better than Hakeem. Oh, my God, Hakeem. Why you had to go there? Oh, my God, Hakeem. Hakeem, what are we doing? You got to stop, man. Hakeem, you got to relax. This is still a Knicks show. I know this is NBA Fan Saturdays, but you got to relax, my brother. You got to relax. He said Cade is better than Brunson. You know what? I'm going to keep it real. To all the Detroit people listening, if you're going to say that, you have an argument. I'm still giving Brunson the edge only because he's done more than Cade. But if Cade mess around and become top 3 MVP in voting, something Brunson's never did, and the Detroit Pistons stays as the number 1 seed, and he's All-NBA first team, because Cade is going to be All-NBA first team. See, we hope Brunson will be All-NBA first team, but I'm telling you right now that Cade Cunningham is going to be All-NBA first team. So because of that, I can't even argue with Hakeem the Dream. I'm going to let y'all in the chat. Y'all got to argue that. I'm not arguing that. Y'all got to argue that Cade is better than Brunson. I'm not doing it. Sorry, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I know a guy who's better than both of them, but y'all don't want him. And his name is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Anyway, and then Hakeem said, Hakeem, you're wilding. Now I could defend Brunson. Is Brunson a top 20 player in the NBA? Yes. Stop. Hakeem, you gotta keep saying, you can keep sending super chats if you want, but you gotta relax. You're going to get these guys upset. I let you slide with the Cade with Brunson, but now you're saying top 20. Now, if you would have said top 10, okay, you might have action there. I still think Brunson's top 10 because he's the best closer in basketball, and his team is top 2, top 3 in the East. So that has to matter for something, right? I think that when you look at the top 3 teams in each conference, the best player on each one of those teams should automatically be top 10. I'm not saying it works out like that, but look, we can have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? But listen, if y'all want to argue my man Hakeem, definitely subscribe. I didn't mean to hit that, but definitely subscribe if you're not subscribed. Also, continue to smash the like button. This is NBA Fan Saturdays. We here talking about a whole lot of topics. Giannis Antetokounmpo to the Warriors. Will the Warriors still Giannis from the Knicks? All of that. And I still didn't even finish with that point. I still didn't even get to the Draymond part. But, honestly, the fans have spoken. The NBA Knicks fans have spoken. So we're going to just continue to go with the flow. What I want to look at right now, matter of fact, don't I got it right here? I should have it right here. Hold on, let me go NBA. All right, let me go standings. Okay. So right now we second seed. Okay, cool. So when you look at the top 3 players the top player on each one of these 3 teams, you got Cade, Brunson, Jaylen Brown, SGA, Jokic, Wemby. Those are the top 6 players. That's how I look at the top. That's how I look at the top. Now, do we got exceptions? Like you got my man, you got D-Book though in Phoenix. I like D-Book a lot. You got Toronto. I'm not giving nobody in the top 10. Donovan, I would love to put Donovan up there. Tyrese Maxey looks top 10, but I don't know. I don't know about Maxey. I don't know. We're going to see now that George ain't going to be there. And, Embiid going to be there every other game. So now we get to see what Maxey really working with. But I don't know. I don't know with Maxey. As far as anybody else, listen, if your team is not even in the top 6, how could I put you in the top 10? So I'm just letting you know, Hakeem, how I think. So Brunson to me is top 6 based on just this alone. Now, top 5, I don't know about top 5. I think that if you got to be realistic with the top 5. AP said his Cade is going to be the NBA first round JB all day. That's facts. That is fact. Yo, AP, you're on the money with that. Cade is going to be the NBA first round JB all day. I agree with that. I think I would put Cade ahead of Brunson on the All NBA team. I'm sorry. I hate to admit it. I think Detroit going to stay at the top. Even if we catch them, I think Detroit going to be up there. So just by Detroit being in the first place or top 2, Cade has to be, because Cade technically doesn't have what Brunson has. Brunson has Towns, who's supposed to be the best shooting big man in NBA history and supposed to be the best big man in the East, even though he's not looking like it, right? He also got OG Anunoby. He got Mikal. He got a lot of veteran help that Cade don't got. Cade got Duncan Robinson, who's playing good, but it's Duncan Robinson. We're not going to cap and act like it's Duncan Robinson. Then you got Tobias Harris. Oh, give me a break, Tobias. Even though he did put in work in the playoffs, I feel for the first time in his career, they no longer got Schroeder, right? No longer got Beasley. No longer got Hardaway Jr., the veteran guys that help propel them. So I think when they get to the postseason, I think they're going to be green. But in the regular season, and what Cade is doing with these young dudes who you never heard of before, from Holland, the Jenkins, to all the dudes they bring off the bench, I think Cade deserves to be first team. I really do think so. I think I'm praying Brunson should be first team, especially with the 65-game injuries. But if all these guys are hurt, do you really want the award if they're going to say, well, the only reason why you first team is because this person didn't play 65 games? It kind of diminishes the award a little bit, but I digress. Bottom line is with, AP is right. I'm sorry. They right. What do you want me to say? And think about it. See, the Detroit Pistons, right? Cade Cunningham is one of them ones. I'm keeping it real. He's going to be a top 5 player in the next 5 years. He's going to be in the top. I guarantee it. Cade is just nice like that. He really is. And he does it all. Right? For the Pistons to excel, I think he needs another superstar. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But Cade is one of them ones. The difference between Brunson, Cade, and our entire Knicks staff, the reason why Detroit can confidently say they don't need Giannis is because they got young guys that are getting better. On the Knicks, who can you say is our young guy that's going to get better and become a superstar? I wait. We don't got players like that. So when Detroit says that, when Houston says that, when San Antonio says that, when OKC says, I should say SGA, when SGA says that, they all got young players that are burgeoning into stars. We don't got that. So they could afford to not trade for Giannis. And guess what? Those young teams that I just named, Detroit, they building the team around Cade. See that? They building a team around. They're not done. That's why I'm not worried about Detroit like that this year, because I don't think Detroit, they ready. But next year and the year after next year, Detroit is going to be scary because they keep building around Cade Cunningham. Are the Knicks building around Jalen Brunson? I don't think so. They're a good team. They win 51 games. They'll get to the finals. But AP, Hakeem, you need to stop. You're too real, Hakeem. You're too goddamn real. Except for the last point. You got to hold on. That last point, yeah, we got to getting spooky around here. Getting spooky around here, y'all. I just realized my sound effects was kind of low. Hold on. My bad, y'all. Sound effects was kind of low. Hold on. Let's run that back. Hopefully that sound, yeah, that looks better. My bad. I'm playing my sound effects. I can't even hear it. Getting spooky out here, man. He said Brunson not top 20. That's wild, bro. That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy. Big time salute, man. I do appreciate y'all rocking with me on NBA Saturdays. Keep the calls coming, 646-995. I do gotta go in a minute, but I got some time for calls. I do got some time for calls. And if you can't call up, continue to send super chats. I'll break it down. I think the Warriors are a threat to the Knicks getting Giannis. I do believe it. Because I think they'll give up everything. And I know that the Bucks don't want Giannis. Sorry, Jimmy. And for some reason, I have a feeling that I have a feeling that the package is not going to be. It's going to look crazy. You're going to see like Moses Moody, Podziemski, Draymond Green, and they're going to get a third team to take Dray. Watch. It's going to be some wacky stuff. Trust me. It's on Leon, man. Leon got to make it happen, yo. I'm willing to give Daniel said everything. It cost me everything. And that's the truth. Are y'all willing to give up everything for Giannis? The Portland Trailblazers said, yo, you know what? The Knicks ain't playing their hand right. They want us to help them get Giannis. How about this, Milwaukee? We'll take them. We'll give you all 3 of your picks back. We'll give you everyone besides Avnia. I'm going to put Giannis and Avnia together. I'm going to put Avnia on the wing with Giannis at the point. And I'm going to go into free agency. I'm going to probably get another star player. And we're going to show New York how to build a team. What if Portland does that? I have no confidence that Portland has the ability to do that. I'm just, I'm gassing it. Portland ain't like that. But the Warriors, the Lakers, what did the Lakers say? Look, we'll give you Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, and LeBron. I'm joking with LeBron. LeBron has a poison pill. LeBron has a poison pill, man. 646-995-8389. Call up, voice your opinion. I'll be back with more of your calls after these messages. So before I get back to the content, I do want to let you guys know I created a new Linktree page, linktree.com/TheObjectiveFan. All you got to do is go there, check it out. I got all types of stuff on there. You can send me a super chat. You can buy an 82 Nights journal. Everything that I'm pushing, my Substack link, my YouTube link, my TikTok. If you want to connect with me more, want to get my email address, everything I'm pushing is directly on linktree.com/TheObjectiveFan. Definitely go check it out. Scan the barcode, link in the description, links everywhere, and you will be able to access more of me. Now I'll let you get back to the content. But before I do, don't forget to subscribe. Like the channel, like the video, so more people can check out the video. But also, if you are a subscriber, consider joining the channel. Big time salute to everybody in the building. Yo, J-Tap, I happened to peek in the chat. Salute to my man J-Tap, Knicks State Madness Discord server chat member. He said, Giannis at the point is insane. J-Tap, go watch the Milwaukee Bucks. He plays point. Go, you got league pass. Go back and look at a game, any game, with Giannis and see how much times he orchestrates the offense. That's what he does, man. But listen, I appreciate you guys for rocking me. Big time salutes. to everybody in the building. I want to thank y'all. We'll be back tomorrow, probably with a level-headed Knicks talk, talking about that Lakers game. And then, of course, for the post-game show for the Lakers game. That's all I got for you guys. And until tonight, as always, let's go.